Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Okay, tonight we continue the online revision class. So I will start Form 5 syllabus. Today, online class part 1, I will discuss chapter 1, force and motion 2. Force and motion 2. So I will use this ticket to victory. So let's get started. Okay, force and motion 2. Okay, paper 1. Okay, number 1. Diagram 1 shows Jamil drives a bike on the road. So you can see there are forces act. Okay, F1, F2, F3, and then air friction, which is true about forces F1, F2, F3. Okay, just the name of the forces that act. Moving forward, we call it thrust, forward thrust. Jahan ke depan. And then this one upwards. Okay, this one we call it normal force or normal reaction. Three is frictional force. Okay, forces that oppose the motion of the motorcycle. Okay, so you look at which one is the correct one. F1 is engine thrust, okay, or forward thrust. F2, sorry, F2. F1 is normal reaction. F1 normal reaction. So this one is already wrong. Okay, F2 is normal reaction. Sorry, F1 normal reaction. F2 forward thrust. F2 is forward thrust. Okay, so this one is wrong already. So the answer is D. Then F3, friction. Okay, so you have the answer is D, donkey. Okay, number 2, diagram 2 shows a worker lifting a weight of mass 4 kilogram, force 60 Newton using pulley system. Okay, what is acceleration of the load? Okay, so this 4 kg, it has weight which is downward 4g, where g equals to 9.81 meter second negative 2, not 10. Okay, so for the whole motion, if the person is pulling with 60 Newton, so the resultant force for the whole system, okay, he is pulling with 60 Newton. Okay, so means moving upwards, this object is moving upwards. So using the formula F equals to ma, So we get the resultant force is 60 minus 4G, or 4 times 9.81 equals to 4A. Okay, so this one is the resultant force that act on the object. Okay, so you just calculate for the value of A, so you will get the answer. Okay, so you will get the answer. Okay, the answer is for this question. It's about 20.76, I'm not mistaken. So this one is 5.19. Okay. Okay, number 3. Diagram 3 shows two boys pull a boat with force 40 and 30. What is magnitude of the resultant force acting on the boat? There are many methods to solve this type of question. You can draw a triangle. Let's say I draw a triangle of vector for this one. So I start from this point. Okay, I draw the first one, which is 40 Newton. And then at angle here, like shifting, you pindah ini ke sini. Okay, macam ni. Okay, I want to draw a triangle. Okay, so here is 45 degrees and 30 degrees means 75 degrees. So if I shift it to here, this angle must be 75. So means this angle is 105. Okay, so just angle. So I will get this one, 30 Newton. Okay, and then this angle is 105. Okay, starting from here, okay, complete the triangle. This is the resultant force, okay, that act on the boat. Okay, now you want to solve it. I will use the cosinus formula. So it's squared equals to 30 squared plus 40 squared, minus 2 times 30 times 40 cos 105. Okay, using this one, cosinus formula. Cosinus formula is a mathematical formula, A, B, C. And this angle is theta. So you want to find C. C equals to C squared is A squared plus B squared minus 2A cos A. Similar. Okay, we just calculate for this one. So I get the answer is 55.87. Okay. F I get 55.87. So just rounding off 55.9 Newton. Okay. So this one using the cosinus formula. Okay. So I think this one is quite short. The step is not too long. Another method you can use like drawing method, but you must have protractor and ruler. Or you want to use the method of resolution also can. Find the horizontal component, the vertical component, then calculate the resultant force. Means two steps. Okay, so I think this one is the easiest. But you must know the formula because this formula is not given in the list. Okay, because this one is mathematics, you have you can use any method. Okay, so answer is B, boy. Number 4, diagram 4 shows a wooden block of weight W pulled by a force F and tension T. The wooden block in a stationary state. Stationary state means resultant force equals to 0. Okay, when there are forces act and resultant force, there are resultant force act on the object, means this is in equilibrium. Forces in dalam timbangan. Okay, there's a pulling force here, direction. So I just mark direction like this, weight downward. Okay, this is tension of the string. Okay, pulling by F causes it to become at rest. Means at this situation, forces are in equilibrium or resultant force equals to 0. Which of following is true? So we need to draw a triangle of forces. For forces in equilibrium, the triangle that you draw must be a closed triangle. Apa maksud closed triangle? Okay. Okay, if you have question, if you cannot understand, you can just write in chat. Okay. Sebab soalan dia kena faham. Okay, let's try to draw. So for this kind of question, you start to draw either the vertical or horizontal first. Okay, let's say I draw the one which is vertical, W. So we just sketch. Okay, vertical one, W. So end of the first force, continue to draw the horizontal one. Just follow the direction F. And then end of the second force, draw the third one T, and then close the triangle. So this one we call it closed triangle. For closed triangle, resultant force equals to 0. How to check closed triangle? Just check direction. Direction like moving in one circle. Dia macam satu circle, macam satu pusingan. Means the forces like follow each other. So this one will show forces in equilibrium. So you look at, okay, look at the choice of answer. WFT. Okay, the first one, direction here wrong. Okay, B, W is wrong. Ini pun, okay, T correct. Okay, C, W downward, ini salah. Okay, sepatutnya macam ni. Okay, so now the answer is D. So you can look at here, W downward, F to the right, and T in the direction shown in the diagram. So ini maksudnya forces in equilibrium. Okay, okay, direction like follow each other, like form a circle, triangle. Okay, close triangle equals to 0. Okay, number 5. Diagram 5 shows a load of mass 4 kg hung by 2 ropes and the system in equilibrium state. Okay, which of following is true about T1 and T2? Okay, let's try to look at this one. 4G or 4 times 9.81. $39.24. Okay, you want to find T1 and T2. So looks like the answer is giving you the clue that you must use technique of resolution. The component which is vertical, and then the component which is horizontal. Okay, let's try to resolve T1. Resolve T1 dulu. Okay, using this angle 50. Angle to horizontal. Means the horizontal component for T1 is T1 cos 50. The horizontal component for T1 is vertical one, T sine 50. Okay, so this one is for T1. Okay, and then for T2, using this angle for T, horizontal component T2 cos 40, vertical component T2 cos 40. Okay. Okay, now we want to find T horizontal component must be balanced, means T1 cos 50 equal to T2 cos 40. Means T1 equals to T2 cos 40 divided by cos 50. Let's put it aside. Okay. Now the vertical components balance. T2 cos 40 sine 50 equals 39.24. Okay, let's check. Okay, T2 plus T1 ialah sign looks like complicated. Macam complicated sedikit. Actually here 40 is not 40. Okay, is 4G. Okay, should be 39.24. This one cannot be solved so easy. So just substitute T1 is to 39. So I think there's no answer, but you must try. Okay. So I will have T2 cos 40 I think there's no answer given here for this one. Okay, we try another method. Let's see whether we can get the answer by using another method, because answer choices is quite we cannot get. If not, I need to calculate the value, then only we can get the answer. Let's try by drawing it. I think by drawing it is better compared to an resolution. Okay, I try another method. Okay, kalau you all online, you also can try what method you can share here. Okay. So angle here is 90 degrees. So I try to sketch diagram. I draw the vertical vertical one is 4G. Okay. At angle 50 to horizontal, I will draw T1 and then I draw T2. Okay. Angle between T1 and T2 is 90 degrees. Angle here is 50, so means angle here is 40. Okay. So we apply the mathematics only. Okay. Because this is the right angle triangle. So using cos, if I want to find T1, I can use sine. If I want to find, I want to find T1 is cos, T2 is sine. Okay, opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. Okay, so for T1 is cos, meaning cos 40 equals to T1 over 4G. Okay, so T1 equals to 4G cos 40. Okay, and then I'm using sine 40 equals to opposite hypotenuse T2 over 4G. So T2 equals to 4G. So meaning 39.24 sine 40 and 39.24 cos. Okay, T1 is cos. Ada jawapan ni. Okay, sine 40 actually sine 50. Yeah, cos 40 ialah 4G sine 50. Okay, maksudnya ialah T2 4G sine 40 and then T1 4G sine 50. So using this method is easier compared to resolution. Okay, if for resolution you try like I have done before and causes you to become very complicated, you just stop. Okay, and use another method. Okay, so angle here is 50. This is right angle triangle. So that's why we get D, the answer. Okay, number 6. Load M supported by 3 identical springs PQR, different arrangement. A combination of series and parallel. Which comparison correct about total extension PQR? Okay, let's compare with one spring. If you have one spring extension, let's say I put as x1. Okay, for M, the parallel part and the this one and this one is in series. Okay, this is series. So series connection extension. One spring is x1. Okay, one spring ialah x1, and then this one two spring parallel share the load, meaning extension here will be divided to half. X2 divided by 2. Okay, so total extension for P is x1 over 2 plus x1, meaning 3 over 2x or 1.5x. X1. Okay, you look at M, there are three parallel springs share the same load, so meaning X1 divided by 3. So you have XQ equals to 1 over 3 X1 or 0.33 X1. Okay, and then this one, all series means all spring experience same force, so same extension for each spring. So the total extension for R is x1 plus x1 plus x1 is 3x1. Okay, so means you look compare this one, you will get using the larger than larger means we start with the biggest one. So R is larger than P, larger than Q is the smallest. So we have R, D, Q. So answer is D donkey. Okay. Diagram 7 shows a graph of stretching force F against extension. Both springs are made from same material. Same material means same key, same thickness of wire. Okay. Which statement about spring R and S is correct? Okay, material sama, thickness sama. Tapi factor that affect the gradient of the graph is not only thickness but also length. So if this factor is constant, means length is not constant. Okay, kita guna konsep length saja di sini. Okay, look at this one. Gradient of the graph. If I calculate the gradient of the graph for this graph, S is F divided by X. Hooke's law, remember, is that extension is directly proportional to the force applied, provided that elastic limit is not exceeded. So you dapat formula ni, F equals to Kx, where K equals to F divided by X. So if this one is F, this one is X, thus the gradient equals to K. Gradient ialah K dia. Okay, so the higher the gradient, the higher the value of K. Okay, so you can see from here, K for S is smaller than K for R. Means S, R is stiffer. Ini stiffer, lebih keras. Ini less stiff ataupun soft. Okay, kita tengok lagi. Part 1. Spring R has bigger spring constant than S. Correct, eh? This one correct. Okay, tengok 2. Spring R has smaller diameter than spring S. Diameter of coil, di sini dia bagi ialah thickness of wire. Itu biasa, eh. Okay, diameter of coil, R smaller diameter, correct, eh? The smaller the diameter, the larger the spring constant. Okay, part 3. Original length of R is longer. No. The longer the wire, the smaller. Okay, the smaller the spring constant. So, spring R should be shorter than S. So, ini salah. Look at 4. R is stiffer. Yes. So, 1, 2, 4 correct. 1, 2, 4 betul. Okay, boleh faham tak? Ini ya. Jadi factor that affects spring constant, you are kena faham lah. K. Okay. K ni dia bergantung kepada material, okay, diameter of coil of spring, diameter of spring wire dengan spring wire, length, okay, of spring, okay. So itu faktor-faktor yang you kena tahu. If K larger, means material something like steel, okay, has a larger K than copper. Okay, diameter of coil, kalau K larger means diameter of coil must be smaller. Diameter of spring wire must be larger. Length of spring must be shorter. Okay, faham tak ni spring wire? Ketebalan wire yang digunakan untuk buat spring. Kalau coil ni, diameter of coil, kita lihat yang ni. Ini diameter of coil. Okay. Diameter of spring wire yang dibuat wire tu. Wire ni. Ketebalan wire ni. Ini dia punya diameter of spring. Okay. Jadi lagi tebal, lagi keras kan. Okay. Diameter of spring wire thicker means the spring is stiffer. K is larger. Okay. Ingat K larger ialah stiffer. Okay. Number 8. Diagram 8 shows a woman pushing a lawnmower at uniform velocity. Okay. Motion ialah forward. Calculate pushing force on the lawnmower when magnitude of horizontal component is 85 Newton. Okay. What is the pushing force? Berapa dia tolak? Dia tolak tu macam tu. So ini ialah horizontal component 85. So the resolution is F cos 60. Meaning F cos 60 equals, okay, resolve this force F. F cos 60, the horizontal one. Kalau you nak yang vertical one is F sin 60. Okay, so calculate for F. 85 divided by cos 60. So I get the answer is 170. Okay, so you get the answer 170 Newton. Okay, answer ialah D. Okay, number 9. Diagram 9 shows graph of F against X for spring. The shaded area has a value of 10 joule. So for Hooke's law graph, F against X, area equals to elastic potential energy. What is force that produce extension of 10 cm in the spring? Okay, let's try find the value of F here. Okay, area of this one is half times 5 times F equals to 10. Okay, so F from here, 20 divided by 5, so I get 4 Newton. Okay. Okay, now if I get here 4 Newton, calculate K, F divided by X. Okay, F is 4 Newton, X 5 centimeter. Convert to meter. So I will get is 400 divided by 5 is 80 Newton meter negative 1. So okay, using the formula F equals to Kx again. For extension 10 cm. Okay, force equals to the value of K, the same spring, so 80. Extension 0.1. Wait, I check again. I get 8 Newton, but no answer here. Oh yeah, I know the mistake. Where is the mistake? Sorry. Sini ya. Okay, my mistake. That's why I cannot get the answer. So half times this one is cm must convert to meter. Because the area is in joule. So 20 divided by 0.05. So you get F is 400 Newton. Sorry. Okay, 2000 divided by 5, 400. Okay, so here 400. So 400 divided by 0.05. Okay, 40,000 divided by 5. So it's 8,000 actually, yeah, 8,000. So here should be 8,000. So the answer will be 800 Newton. Okay, so you also be careful with the unit. Ini centimeter, kena careful. Okay, this one joule, so X gonna convert to meter. Calculate for F. And then here again, unit for extension, convert to meter. So 800 meter. Okay, number 10, diagram 8 shows bow and arrow used in archery tournament. Which modification enables the arrow to move further when released? means you need to increase the elastic potential energy. Yeah. Okay. Half or half kx squared. Okay, if you want to increase the elastic potential energy, you must pull it a bit further, the elastic string, and then the value of K must be larger. Okay, must be larger. Okay, for this question, reduce spring constant, wrong, because K should be larger. Spring constant ialah K. Increase spring constant, yes. The arrow is made from a strong material. Ini tak ada kaitan. Okay. Using higher density material. Arrow should be lower density, kena higher. Berat tak boleh gerak jauh kan. Jadi jawapan paling tepat ialah B. Okay, increase spring constant. So increase elastic potential energy. So when elastic potential energy convert to kinetic energy, it will travel longer distance. So that one is paper 1. Okay, if you have question, just write in chat. Okay. Okay, now paper 2, section A. Diagram 1.1 shows a spring mattress elasticity properties. What is the meaning of elasticity? Elasticity is property of material. Okay. Property of material that enables it to return to its original size when the force supply is removed. Okay, it is a property of material that enables it to return to its original size when the force applied is removed. Okay, give one reason why spring will not return to its original length when extended to certain length. If you extend the spring more than its elastic limit, it cannot return to original length, okay, or shape because it's already spoiled. Maksudnya dah rosak lah. Jadi you nak tarik spring kena ada limit. Kena lihat limit juga. Okay, the force applied exceeded elastic limit of the spring. Okay, so what is the meaning of elastic limit? Is the maximum force that can be applied, okay, before it loses its elasticity. Okay, itu elastic limit. Okay, B diagram shows a spring original length 10 cm extended to 15. When 100 gram load attached to it, So what is extension? Okay, extension equals to 15 minus 10, 5 cm. So this 5 cm we denote as X. Okay, soalan dia tanya situ. What is extension of the spring? So X equals 15 minus 10 cm. Okay. Part 2, diagram 1.3 shows spring system consists of 3 identical spring and 100 gram load attached. Calculate value of Y. Okay, from here we already calculate extension for single spring is 5 cm. The same load 100 gram as above. Ni juga 100 gram. Means for this arrangement, this is series. So extension for this part is 5 cm. Parallel part share the load and the spring divided the load equally. So extension also become half. So it's 5 divided by 2 equals to 2.5. Thus the total extension, okay, X equals to 5 plus 2.5, 7.5 cm. Okay, original length of the spring given here is 10 centimeter. Ini original length without load. So, what is value of Y? Y equals to 10 plus 10 plus 7.5, which is 27.5 centimeter. Okay, so must add in because the total length include the original length plus extension. Total extension 7.5. So 10 plus 10 plus 7.5. So this is Y. Number 2, diagram below shows a box of mass 43 kg on a ram, 20 degree slope to horizontal. Frictional force exerted between the box of ram with the ram is 147.1 Newton. Okay, soalan, what is meant by frictional force? Okay, the force the motion of the object. When object move, it opposes the motion. So we call it frictional force. Okay, calculate weight of box W. Okay, mass given 43 kilogram. Okay, so weight equals to mg. Thus 43 times 9.81. Okay, 421.83. Okay, calculate resultant force parallel to the ram. Okay, angle here 20. You need to resolve W to two component. Horizontal component, let's say I just move the parallel. component, and this one is the vertical component. Okay, given frictional force exerted, okay, is 147.1. It's moving down because the friction is upwards, so it's moving down. So the resultant force for the parallel one is F parallel minus friction. Okay, so you want to calculate F parallel first. F parallel is W sine 20. Okay, so you have W sine 20 or 42183, 421.83 sine 20 minus 147.1 friction. So we get minus 147.1. There's a mistake because this question they use G equals to 10. Okay, so G is 9.1, so it cannot be. Okay, so from here, if I calculate using this one, if I assume the weight 43 times 83, so it's 430 sine 20. This one I will get 0 Newton. Okay, but this one there is a resultant force, so it will be 2 point something Newton. Okay, so because this question is already set G equals to 10, that's a problem. We cannot get the answer, okay, as required, which is 0 Newton. Okay, based on your answer, explain what happens to the motion of the box. The box does not move, okay, or stationary. Okay, reason because okay, resultant force of the box is 0. Okay. Number 3, diagram 3 shows a trolley being pulled by a weight through a smooth pulley. So we have this one, T2. Then there's a weight. Okay. Weight of trolley and load. Load is 2.1 kilogram. Trolley is 3.7 kg. G is 9.1. Complete the following sentence by picking the correct box. Frictional force is force that opposes the motion. Okay, based on diagram 3, compare T1 and T2. Okay, because of this one is most fully dimensionless, so T1 equals to T2. Okay. Acceleration of the trolley and weight. If we want to find acceleration, we can consider the whole system. Okay, this one moving down, this one moving horizontal. So we can use the technique of separate body system. So this one is one system, this one system. Pulley, there's nothing we can determine because there's no resultant force for pulley. Okay, so this is the first system, this is the second system. I don't know the friction, so I will use the first system. Okay, for the first system moving downward, so we take downward as positive. Okay, 2.1 G. Minus T atau 7 equals to 2.18. Maksudnya weight downward minus T2 equals to ME. Okay, so 2.1 times 9.81 minus 7 equals to 2.18. Okay, you calculate for E, you will get 6.48 meter second negative 1. Okay, so moving downward, remember this one moving downward, so 2.1 G ini mass dia, so dia punya weight ialah 2.1 G minus T2 because T2 upwards, opposite direction. So 2.1 G minus T2 equals to MA. M dia ialah 2.1 kilogram. Okay. So we get the answer. C, determine acceleration of the trolley. Okay. Acceleration of the trolley. Sama je jawapan ni. Itu. So you want to show again, boleh juga lah. Okay. I think the question is wrong already, this one. If you want to show, you can just show something like this. Oh, let's see. Compare, sorry. This one I should write below. Because saya sudah, bila saya gerak tadi tak nampak dia punya soalan. Same Okay, here only we show the calculation step. Acceleration of the trolley, so we can calculate using the load just now is 2.1 g minus 7 equals to 2.1 e. We cannot calculate for the trolley because friction we don't know yet. Okay, so I use this one. 2.1 times 9.1 minus 7 equals to 2.1 e. So calculate for this one, you will get e equals 6.48 meter second negative 2. Okay, to determine the frictional force, we use the second system. System A is moving to the right, so take right side as positive. So T1 minus F equals to 3.7 A. Okay, T1 minus F equals to 3.7 E. Okay, so T1 ialah 7. 7 minus F equals to 3.7 times 6.48 dari sini ya. So you dapat F equals negative 16.98 Newton. Negative direction showing it opposite to the direction of motion. Okay. Number 4, diagram 4 shows a wooden block on a rough inclined plane. Weight of the wooden block is 30 Newton. On the diagram, resolve the weight into horizontal component and vertical component. Okay, so angle here 60 means angle here also 60. So this one is W cos 60. The parallel component is W sin 60. Okay, calculate magnitude of each component. Okay, horizontal component W sin 60. Okay, given what information given? Weight of wooden block 30 Newton. So it's 30 sin 60. Okay, I get 10, sorry, mistake di sini. $25.98. Okay, component vertical W cos 60. Cos 60 0.5, so I will get 15 Newton. Okay. C1, the wooden block experiences overall friction of force 14 Newton. Determine acceleration of the wooden block. Okay, look again. Friction 14 Newton. Okay, it will move down. Because we have W sin 60 is about 26 Newton. So it's greater than the friction, it will slide down. Acceleration. So using the component parallel to the plane, we get W sine 60 minus friction equals to 30 Newton. We need to find the mass of the block. M equals to 30 divided by 9.2. So we get 3.06. So here is 3.06A. W sin 60 tadi dah dapat 25.98 minus 14 equals to 3.06A. Calculate for A, we will get about 3.92 meter. Okay, so this question is 3 marks because longer step. Sini calculation ni pun ada final answer. Final answer plus unit correct. What will happen to wooden block if friction increase to 26? Okay, the wooden block ataupun the block ground stationary. It's like at rest one, okay? At rest atau stationary. Okay, section C, diagram shows graph of extension of spring X against F. X against F. Okay, state definition of elasticity. Okay, once discussed before. Same thing. Property of a material that enables it to return to its original size when force applied is removed. Okay, B, observe graph for spring J and K, compare force apply, extension, spring constant. J and K. This graph is X against F. So now from the formula of Hooke's law, F equals to Kx. Okay, so according to this one is K equals to F over X. But if you calculate the gradient here, you get X over F. So means this one equals to 1 over F, 1 over X over F. Okay, so means K equals to 1 over gradient. Okay, what we can say from here, the higher the gradient, the smaller the value of K. So means J is soft, K is stiffer. But Python graph dah terbalik J less stiff, tidak keras. Okay, so now compare force applied. Tak sama force applied for spring J is smaller than K. Okay, is smaller than K. Okay, extension. Extension sama tak? Sama pi cm. So extension are same. Ni same. Spring constant. Okay, nampak tadi dah tunjukkan J is less stiff, maksudnya K for J is smaller than K. Okay. Spring constant J smaller than K. Okay. Okay, based on your answer, state relationship between force supply and spring constant. Okay, nampak ada hubungan di sini. Force supply smaller, spring constant smaller. Okay, smaller smaller ataupun larger larger. Okay, the larger the force applied, larger. Okay, name the law of physics involved. So ini adalah Hooke's law. Okay, if you have any question, just write in chat. But D, diagram 1.2 shows a shock absorber of a car to keep the tire in contact with the ground at all time. Okay, nama pun shock absorber, so penyerap hentakan. Dia tak bounce kalau dekat bahagian ground yang a bit ada banyak rocks dan sebagainya. Explain how the shock absorber allows the tire to keep in contact with the ground. Okay, 4 marks. Okay, so when the spring is being compressed, molecule or spring displace closer to each other. Okay, kita akan apply concept of elasticity here. Is push closer. So when push closer, actually molecules has these two forces, repel force and attractive force. Okay, macam ni closer, become closer, so dia ada repel force. Okay, further dia ada attractive force. Okay, kalau you move it further like this, okay, further, so dia akan ada attractive force between the two objects or the two molecules. Okay, jadi ada dua di sini. The repel force between molecules acts to push molecule back or push the molecule back to original position. To original position. Okay. When the spring is stretched, Okay, attraction force. Molecule is pushed further. Molecules. Ini saya pandang ni. Okay, molecules are pushed further from each other. They will pull the molecules back to original position. Okay, means dia kalau dia ada shock that cause the spring to be compressed, the molecule also will be pushed closer, but due to the properties of elasticity, there is a repel force, okay, that push the object back to original position, so keep the tire in contact to the ground. Okay, same thing. When the spring is stretched, normally this one wind period, molecule are pushed further from each other, so attraction force will pull the molecule back to original position. So this properties of spring will cause the tire to keep in contact with the ground. Okay. Okay, part 2. The shock absorber is also used to reduce impact of moving on rough roads. Using appropriate physics concept, explain how you modify the shock absorber so that it can absorb and damp shock impulse effectively. Impulses. Your answer may include aspects such as material or spring, thickness of spring, length of spring, diameter of spring, and stiffness of spring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ada 5 aspect given. If given 5 aspects, so I think your job will be easier. Okay. Okay, untuk soalan ni kita akan tulis dalam table form for section C. So write down all the aspects. The first, material of the spring. Okay, we write again all the aspect given. Material of the spring, thickness of spring, material. Okay. Of spring. Okay. What else? Okay. Length, diameter, and stiffness. So always write down all the aspect first. 5 aspek senarai dulu. Dan modification baru masuk. Modification, material. If you know the name, just write name. If not, just like strong. Tak tahu tulis strong je. Kalau tahu boleh letak still. Okay. Okay, boleh tulis jawapan dia ialah stiffer, okay, or high spring constant. Value is larger. Okay, thickness of spring must be thicker or thick to withstand strong shock. Okay, menahan hentakan yang kuat. Length of spring should be short, because this one for shock absorber we want it to able to overcome very strong shock. So mesti value of K is larger. K must be larger. Okay, so you just look at the 4 factors that affect K. So how to make it K larger? So length of spring must be short. Okay, so you can write down the same reason, stiffer or higher, high spring constant. Diameter of spring must be smaller. Okay, ini diameter of spring, you kena hati-hati sikit lah. Sebab kita ada 2 jenis diameter of spring wire also can. Kalau diameter of spring wire, okay, should be large. Jadi reason boleh ulang stiffer, high spring constant. Stiffness of spring also, okay, stiffer, high stiffness, so can withstand strong. Actually boleh repeat lah berapa kali pun sesuai asalkan sesuai untuk explanation. Cuma yang bahagian aspect modification cannot repeat. Okay. So for this topic, I think that's all. If you have question, just write in chat. Ada soalan? Okay, do you have any question regarding this part? This topic, some said is quite tough topic. Force and motion too, sebab ada soalan pulley system, resultant force. Okay, many methods to find the resultant force. Okay, so you can try more objective question on this so you get familiar with the formula. Okay, and also technique to find resultant force. Okay, so I think that's all my session tonight. Thank you for joining me. Bye.